Memorial Day. We've got a fucking stacked show for you. We've got everybody on, including Kaylin from Massive Media, the big boss lady, and then we've got the Rising Fall, which we've gotten probably, I think I have to count. There was probably about 60 emails for us to bring the Rising Fall on this show.
That's awesome.
We sent those.
Yeah, we sent them all.
That's a lot of fucking emails.
Persistence. We love that.
That's a lot of fucking emails of people because, like, I kept seeing the emails come in. And I'm like, the Rising Fall, who the hell is this man? Now I have to go look, and I'm like, okay, all right, I understand. Now I know why there's so many damn people wanting to bring them on. So we have brought them on. So how are you guys doing tonight?
Doing great. How are you guys?
We are fantastic.
Doing good.
We absolutely
pretty well. Feeling here.
A holiday on fucking Memorial Day. The last Memorial Day, we had a Memorial Day last year, and it was actually Bumblefoot who had
cool.
The last Memorial Day that we had on the show. So y'all are now part of a tradition of having a Memorial Day show. So you're following the legendary Bumblefoot from fucking Guns N' Roses.
Good person to follow for sure.
I know.
He's a beast.
Fantastic. So, you know what? Y'all were talking shit today about the fucking pizza. So we're just gonna go ahead and go right into the goddamn fucking pizza shit. Why? Why are you gonna bash on the Hawaiian?
Because it doesn't go. It doesn't. No.
You shut your fucking whore mouth. I didn't ask you.
You know, I'm not bashing on it. It's just my own preference. I just do not like my sweet with my sausage or like on a pizza. I like my honey fried chicken. You can give me that kind of sweet and savory and all that kind of stuff. But on my pizza, I just like it a purist from Chicago. I'm sorry. That's just me.
Man, there's nothing like having like the fucking Canadian bacon, jalapenos, and pineapple on a fucking pizza.
Yeah.
Damn, it's good.
Shout out for Fratello's.
All right, so does the whole
they
band?
don't have
Is the whole band? Is your whole band against pineapple on pizza?
I don't really care. I've had it. It's okay. I wouldn't order it, but man, whatever. If I was hungry, I'd eat it. So.
Oh, I would eat it. Yes.
Free pizza, free pizza.
I'm okay with pineapple on pizza. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be okay with it. I wouldn't kick it off the pie.
All right, so let's get down to it. Like, as far as pizza goes, like, what is it that you like? Because, like, for me, my go-to, like my actual go-to, would probably be pepperoni, mushrooms, and black olives, like, and deep dish. That is like my go-to fucking pizza if I'm gonna order it. So what's each one?
As this guy is eating pizza over here.
Deep dish is good like once a year. I mean, we got a lot of great thin crust is where it's at. So good thin crust, good sausage. The sauce has to be good and the cheese has to be good, but it's got to be cooked right too. It's got to be a little extra well done. But there's a lot of great pizza places over here in the Chicago area, and thin crust really is what everyone eats.
I'm sausage, mushroom, and black olives. That's kind of like my trifecta there. You know that, and then I like hot pepper, pepper flakes on top or whatever. So I'm gonna give a little bit of a heat to my pizza.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, except the sausage, because sausage fucks up my stomach. I gotta go pepperoni instead of sausage, but fucking pepperoni, black olives, mushrooms, fucking crushed red pepper. That's where it's at.
You got a velvet stomach.
Well, mine is definitely meat lovers with jalapenos and chula hot sauce.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, we do the Cholula. We do that all the time.
Chula.
I get it. Yep.
Okay, I can dig that. Well, we have Cholula here, but a lot of people use Texas Pete in South Carolina. So,
okay,
which I could do either or.
Yeah, either. I have to have hot sauce on it. It's a thing.
It's always a thing. Like if I'm going cheap, I'll go buy a fucking Tostino's fucking party pizza and put goddamn hot sauce on it.
And they're square.
Ranch.
They're square,
Ranch.
like this old school pizzas.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
the square fucking Tostino party pizzas.
yeah.
It's probably horrible for you, but fucking douse them in enough hot sauce. It's all right. It'll sanitize
It
it.
evens
I would
out.
mash those things.
Of course you will. Or the pizza rolls with like the Southwest Ranch Chipotle.
Mm, yeah.
That shit is fucking good.
Yeah.
Terrible for you, but it's fucking good. All right, CB, you're up on deck.
All right. So, what is your guys' favorite genre of movie?
Oh, horror.
Okay.
Oh
I'm
boy.
horror. I mean, it didn't even have to like. I was right.
Yep.
Yeah, horror is my absolute favorite genre. Followed by probably like black comedy, something more drama, something along that line. Yeah, not
Okay.
family friendly, not at all. No.
So we're talking like Medea movies.
Mm-mm.
She said that.
No.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, he's like, who's Medea? I'm like, no.
I don't watch that many movies. I like gangster movies, like
Okay.
Goodfellas, Casino, Heat. That was tied Donnie Brasco. But and maybe some historical ones. But I'm old school, man. I like the '80s movies, Back to the Future, that kind of shit.
That's a good one.
So
Me-
I mean, those were Terminator 2, Terminator, that kind of stuff. But like, I don't watch any of the new movies. I don't care. I don't have time.
You're
It's not my thing.
gay!
If it's on Netflix, I'll watch it. Amazon, maybe. I don't know. But
I just got done watching Kill the Irishman.
That's a good one.
Kill the Irishman, the long
Yeah.
one, the 3-hour one.
It's
Why's it got to be the Irishman?
yeah, it's there's a whole bunch of them, but this one's called Kill the Irishman. It is a good one.
Oh, who's in it?
Oh, not anybody from the traditional mobster movies, but I mean it's good. It's a good movie.
All right.
I know when me and Meg we went down to Orlando. We just got back and we went and covered Welcome to Rockville. And the first time we were there, we watched the horror movie rendition of Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, no.
Absolutely
man.
ridiculous. And then we watched a Nicolas Cage movie that was like a H.P. Lovecraft thing. It was like the what was it, The Color of Space or something? That was
Yes,
actually
that
good.
was so good.
Yeah, that was actually very, very good. So I'm a big horror movie guy, so I'm right there with you. I love fucking horror films, but I like the gangster stuff too. Like I'm a big fan of fucking like Boondock Saints and fucking Goodfellas and shit like that. So I'm down with that.
Yeah.
All right, what about your guitarist? What you got on movies?
They make that coffee to go. Movies, dude. I'm all over the place. I love The Lost Boys. I love vampire movies. I love horror movies. I love guitar movies. I love karate movies. I love movies.
Fair enough.
Keeping
fair
it
enough.
simple, kind of like that.
All right, Mosh, you're up on deck.
All right. Well, I'm gonna ask the first hard question of the night. What is y'all's fantasy draft band?
Live or
All the
dead?
lineup. It can be alive, dead, the whole lineup.
That we would play with, or that we would just want to.
No. Just no. Just
Just
Nah,
that, like-
it's. I mean, you can add yourself too. Obviously, you can add yourself.
Oh
too.
no, not even close.
It's like, no.
Not even in that league. Steve, I'll let you go.
Jeez, what was the question?
All right, we'll be back.
So if you could put together basically a fantasy band of any players all the way across, whether they're dead or alive, who would you?
Okay. I would play on.
I didn't get that one.
I didn't catch that.
You froze, Steve.
Dimebag Daryl with John Bonham.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
I would like Dimebag Darrell and John Bonham just to see what it was.
I
I got to hear what kind of group that they could do. I got to assume it's going to be something good.
I can see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, damn. I like this
Very good.
question.
Okay.
I don't know. I got to pick a singer too.
What
Yeah,
about
the whole lineup.
you still need a drummer, you still need a bass player.
Okay. Drummer. Well, drummer would be John Bonham.
Yeah.
Bass player. Let's go Cliff Burton.
Okay, fuck. All right. Vocalist.
Vocalist. Ronnie James Dio.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Throw that
He's Frankenstein in the shit.
legendary.
Hey,
Yes.
that's why I like this question.
All right, KK Dimitri, who you got?
No, he can go first. He knows way more people than I do.
Can I do an all-star dead band and an all-star live band?
Sure.
Go ahead.
All right. All-star dead. I'd put Neil Peart on drums. I'd put Eddie Van Halen and Randy Rhoads on guitars.
Oh, fuck.
I'd put Ronnie James Dio vocals. And bass, yeah, I'd go to Cliff because he's one of my inspirations. And then live, I put Lombardo on drums. Well, I should just say Iron Maiden, but no, I'd put Lombardo on drums. I'd put Rob Halford in circa 1986, 87 on vocals. Got to be that Rob Halford. Bass, I'd put Geezer Butler. Guitar, fucking James Hetfield. And on rhythm, and then lead, fucking Dave Murray from Maiden.
Okay.
Holy
Fair
crap.
enough.
I gotta sprinkle it out, man. I mean, there's so many. I mean, that's just one of bands, but I hope that was a good answer.
All right, KK, who you got?
You're in the hot seat now.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, let's see.
I'll answer. Stuart Copeland on drums.
Okay, he can answer. Okay, Stuart. Okay.
Stuart Copeland on drums.
No, I actually do like Bonham on drums.
All right, Bonham.
Okay, I'll have to do it as a drummer. You know, maybe Britney Spears is the vocalist.
Wait, I don't think we've heard that one yet.
No, we haven't.
Okay, then.
Joking. Let's see. Who would be?
Bruce Dickinson.
Okay, so Kate Bush is a huge influence of mine, but I've never seen her with a rock metal band. I think that would be fantastic to see what she would do. So I'm going to put Kate Bush as a vocalist. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Bottom as a drummer. And then who would be good with it's really more orchestral, esoteric? Who would be a good bass player?
Steve Harris.
Okay, Steve Harris from
My guy.
Maiden. And then
Guitars.
Gilmore. I love Gilmore. I don't know. He did a lot of stuff with Kate Bush, so I would love to see a rock band with Gilmore, Kate Bush, Bonham, and Steve Harris. That would be interesting.
Fair enough.
Okay, then. For somebody who says they didn't know a whole lot, you sure did name your band.
All right, Mega Monster, you're up.
All right. So, when was the moment that y'all decided, or you individually decided, okay, I'm gonna do music. Music's gonna be the thing that I'm gonna pursue seriously. When was the moment?
Steve?
Let's start.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, Steve.
Oh, he's still on mute.
You did.
Mute it yourself. Unmute yourself.
Okay.
He's working.
He's having technical difficulties.
Okay, you start. All right.
When was the first time?
Unmute
Yeah,
yourself.
when was the moment that you knew, like, music is what I want to do? I want to make music.
All right, I'll start.
You know,
I'm just gonna start.
I figured out. Yeah, I need to unmute. I think that I play music and I don't know. Oh boy. Yeah, come back to me. Come back to me.
All right.
It's been a
long weekend.
Memorial Day. All right, so I used to I studied classical piano before I ever learned to sing or anything, and I did it at a very young age. However, I loved performing, and me and my brother did skits, and we did Donnie and Marie Osmond skits, and I was a little bit rock and roll, and he was a little bit country, and we did the whole Donnie Marie Osmond skits, and we used to perform, and that just made me just want to be a performer itself, regardless of whatever I did. And then being in like classically trained in piano, I studied that for many, many, many years, and I knew I loved music. I mean, it was part of me. I think I was born into it. And then I just loved rock and roll when I started listening to Zeppelin, Sabbath, all that, Metallica early on. I'm like, I just want to go into this field in some way or form. But I think performing was my first love, and then music kind of like took a second.
Yeah. So I started playing bass when I was 15. And I grew up on the old school heavy metal. So like early Metallica, Maiden, and Sabbath were my three biggest bands. So I just for like 3 years, all I did was just play those songs from those bands and some other bands. I didn't care about doing anything really a musician, like being in a band or trying to make it a career. But when I realized after I got into a band when I was, I think, second semester, freshman year of college, 95 or 6 or whatever the hell it was, when we started writing originals and the creativity started to kind of come out, and I realized, oh, wow, I can incorporate a lot of my influences into my style of bass playing. That really intrigued me, and that kind of like set me on a path going like there's a lot of cool things with music other than playing other band songs. I mean, you play in cover bands, and we've all done it, but you don't get that satisfaction playing other people's music. I don't, at least. I mean, it's cool for fun, but when you can create your own with other people, that's when it like that's the drug, that's the bug, it's the drug and the bug. It's like that's what gets you, and it's like, wow, there's so much like
this is
space.
it. This is it right here. Yeah.
So
I understand that because like I'm a bass player. I'm the bassist for our band.
Yeah.
And mine was like seeing Motorhead for the first time on MTV, and I seen the very first like I'd watched like MTV and VH1, but then I discovered Headbangers Ball.
Oh yeah.
And the very first music video I ever seen was Ace of Spades by Motorhead.
Yeah. I
became just infatuated with Lemmy, and this Lemmy was God.
Yeah.
That's all it is. To this day, Lemmy is God. And that's why I want to be a bass player. And everybody made fun of me. They're like, you don't want to play guitar, you don't want to play drums, you don't. No, I want to be a bass player.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck about anything else. I want to be a bass player. And that's all I fucking cared about.
Yeah.
Right on.
You back, Steve?
Yeah. When I heard the first riff in Holy Wars, Megadeth was my band. Megadeth was the band that made me say I wanted to play guitar.
Okay.
And I remember one time hearing, I had heard Peace Sells and jamming a lot, cutting the grass when I was growing up, and all of a sudden I went and Megadeth has a new album coming out, Rust in Peace. So I bought it. I listened to I'm going to listen to the whole thing. I had a buddy of mine staying the night, and I said, I'm sorry, dude. I'm listening to this album. Have fun. And I listened to the whole album. And started playing guitar about a couple months later.
Nice.
Okay.
And it just
All right, Kaylin, you're up.
snowballed from there.
So y'all have a mantra that you go by that says "Can't keep us down." What are some of the challenges that you have faced since becoming this newly formed band? You're a female front woman. What are some of the challenges you've encountered so far?
So that's one of them. I think it's gotten a lot more accepting now. I think there's a lot
Yeah.
more female fronted bands that are out there now. But I would say 10 years ago, when I was doing some other lead projects with, being a female fronted band, it wasn't as accepting, especially in the mainstream and any of the music. It was this genre in particular, the metal hard rock. It was really not accepted too much being a female fronted, band. So I do find that was a challenge, and I didn't know, what it was going to be like coming 10 years, now in 2025. But I have to say, I'm very relieved that I think it is way more accepting, and that I think they know that females can still rock it as hard as the men, maybe even more. Just saying. But
Y'all got it. Y'all got it. It's plain and simple. I'm sorry.
I say more because I can speak on behalf of my band. Me and my guitarist, we've been playing together for 13 years. For the last decade, we were looking for a female because females' vocal ranges, the shit that they can do, is much more than what a male can do. Just that's just plain and simple. That's just speaking the truth. So we looked for 10 years before we found Mega Monster. Before she came in the band, we're like, she's in. That's what we were looking for. That's what we wanted the whole entire time, because there's just something about that female voice and the range that they carry. It's intense.
Shivers up your spine.
Yes, every band that I've found that I listen to their music and it literally gives me fucking goosebumps and raises my fucking hair up on my arms. They're all female vocalists. All of them. From Meg to you guys to the band Impure that we just found, to Strange Like Me, Dying Oath. I could just fucking throw bands out left and right all fucking day, and they're all female vocalists. I'll be the first one to say, you know what? Female vocalists own heavy metal. I said what I said. I don't give a fuck. You can suck my dick. I don't care. Because it's true.
It has become, that's what you're seeing a lot more of now. And I'm here for it. So
Same.
I'm here for it. I'll be front row. I'll be your biggest goddamn fan.
Seconded.
I would say whether it's male or female, a voice that can incorporate a tenderness, that vulnerable, emotional, along with the rage and the anger and the roughness of the rock that I like. A voice that can carry both of those well is what really gets me. They can really encompass all of the spectrum of emotion. That's what I like.
Matt from Massive Media is in the chat, and he said fervence.
Yeah,
he is a huge.
I introduced Mega Monster to Fervence when we were heading welcome to Rockville one day. And I was like, listen to this band, because we've interviewed them, and I love Steve. They're good friends of mine, and I was just like, you got to listen to this band. And they're amazing. And then you got bands like Spirit Box. And then, speaking of Spirit Box, one of my big bands that was a huge inspiration to me was I Wrestled a Bear Once. And I was always a huge I Wrestled a Bear Once fan. And then you get into bands like In This Moment and on and on and on and on of these female vocalists that are just over the top fucking amazing. Females are literally the future of heavy metal and hard rock.
Yep.
I think that well, that's personally for me, but I also think that Can't Keep Us Down is we formed this band after all of us have been around for many, many, many years, and in one way or another in different bands or projects. And I think our thing was we don't care what you say when we come back out. We're gonna put our music out there, whatever the acceptance or whatever you think of our music. You're not going to deter us from keeping on doing what we want to do and keep making music. And that's kind of our second
Well,
part of the Can't Keep Us Down mantra.
Yeah.
Should be for every band. I mean,
It should be, yes, exactly.
there's so many different challenges.
Absolutely.
We could sit here and talk about it for
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But finding a market and just finding an audience and building an audience, especially nowadays, people's attention spans are about, that much.
Mm-hmm.
And people who are older, in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, even 60s, it's like they're kind of accustomed to certain bands and things they want to do. They don't want to stay out late, but if they find a band that kind of brings them back to maybe bands that they liked and listened to, and they go, whoa, wait, this band here. I'm not just saying us, but there's a lot of original bands like that. They may say, hey, wait a minute, this is original thing. And Chicago, and it happens, we talked to a lot of people, a lot of bands from a lot of different cities. There's so many cover bands and tribute bands in the Chicagoland area. That's what's oversaturating the market right now. Which is fine. I mean, we've all been in cover bands and tribute bands. I have nothing against that. But it used to be a big original scene back in the day, and we're trying to get that up and running. There's a lot of great local bands that we're playing with in the Chicago area that are making, a name for themselves. So, and I think people are starting to come back to the original thing. The cover thing, the tribute thing is cool, but you're competing with that in this market here. And 5 or 6, 7 Metallica tribute bands in the Chicago area is like, I think 1, maybe 2 is enough, but that's what's out there. So getting the music out there to people who don't listen to maybe original music that much is a big challenge. But
I could see that because a lot of venues, they would rather book a 4-hour cover band tribute act versus an original show where you have 3 bands come on. I see that. That's a big challenge.
A lot of the clubs that I played at, she's played at, Steve, and so many others have closed. And they've got new clubs that opened up. A lot of these newer clubs are catering to the covers and the tribute bands because that's what brings the money in. They don't want to. They really don't support the original music. Some clubs do, and there are clubs, but I mean, I could go on. I don't want to take up too much time, but it's like it's
a never-ending.
It's a battle. It's not just here; it's everywhere. So
it is. And when you find those venues that will support it and do that, you don't want to oversaturate by booking there so many times. You have to spread out. So it's a thing for sure.
Exactly. So moving to the next question. What is the most embarrassing or fucked up thing you have ever seen during a show?
You're talking about at any one of our shows?
Yes,
or
one of your
show,
shows.
like
You playing a show. You playing a show. What is the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you or something that you've seen during one of your shows?
Well, embarrassing. I mean,
she's already laughing.
Well, I mean,
already got a story coming.
I don't even know what she's laughing at. I mean, hitting the wrong notes, but I don't know about him. I mean, embarrassing. I don't know about embarrassing. I've seen some crazy shit.
I've seen other bands more embarrassing than what we've done. Like,
I've seen bands.
Come on, what's the worst? What you got?
The worst?
Yeah, the worst. Worst of the worst.
Well, one of the bands we played with a long time ago, original band back in the day, the guitar player, he was loaded. He was, literally, and he backed up against the side of the wall and slid down the back with his guitar and on the stage, and they basically fired him that night. I'm not going to name the band because unfortunately that guitar player he had passed away a few years ago, but he was He had some problems.
Shit, man, what's going on?
He was
He was-
so.
He was just hammered, and that was pretty embarrassing. And
Well, one.
oh, wait a minute, no, I've got it.
There we go.
Now it just came back.
The
I just-
roller derby.
No, so Steve knows this band. He's a buddy of ours. So I filled in for a band called The Waking, and they're friends of ours. And we had a show. Well, the roller derby thing, we can tell that one.
I'll
But
tell the roller derby.
we had a show. I filled in, and we had opened for Power Man.
5,000.
Yeah, no, Power
Ooh.
Man 5000 at a venue called the Pearl Room in Mokina. So I rehearsed with these guys for about 5 weeks, and they had a song, and it was called 6 Count, because they didn't have a name for the song, but it started on 6 counts, drums, the clits. So we're playing in front of, I don't know how many there were 500, 600, 700 people were in this room, and the drummer decides that he's going to start on 4. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and starts going, and we're all like looking around like, what the fuck? It's 6 counts. So we're trying to like get the train back on track, and he is oblivious to what's going on, and finally he kind of figured it out and everything. But it was like, are you kidding me? The song is called
Damn.
6 Count. You started on 4, and it's a huge show, and it's like, come on, man. That was just one thing. I mean, that's minor, but
Yeah.
great guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Well,
I'll be right back.
yeah, we had a show, like we were in a prior band, and we played it was a Prince tribute night. So you were supposed to
Ooh.
play a Prince song at least, And our drummer always liked to take off his shirt. He's a drummer, so he's like, it's hot and whatever.
Yeah.
And never thought anything about it. Well, we didn't realize the crowd that was going to be there was like, it was a roller derby crowd, and there was a lot of women with women and all that stuff. And they saw him take off his shirt, and they right away were like booing us before we even got on. We were oh my gosh.
Women's roller.
Haters.
It was like they just did not want to see him with his shirt off. And we were like,
Did we lose Steve?
Rude.
yeah, it was, but the one redeeming is we
What was it?
played a couple of kick-ass Prince songs, and everybody was like dancing, and they're like, okay, you redeemed yourself. But they did not like the fact that our drummer took off his shirt.
It was-
That was like
I
a
mean-
weird thing.
It's a perfect
I don't know.
example of they can't keep you down.
And those roller derby women
They
are
can-
like brutal too.
They are.
Yeah.
Yo!
It's an interesting crowd.
It was. You know what? We laugh about it. It was a fun. We did whatever. It's fun. Everything you do, you live and you learn, and you're like, it's great. Makes for great stories. Who cares?
It wasn't all that
Yeah.
embarrassing,
But yeah. So.
Sorry, I fell off a stage backwards.
Oh
You
no.
Played it off,
What?
but you played it off.
part of the
did, 'cause
show.
They thought I was trying to crowd surf.
That works.
I straight up fucking fell.
I
I had a ceiling tile
Yeah.
fall on my cabinet when I was playing.
in
Just,
your head, didn't it?
It fell on
Oh,
the,
no.
I shook the foundation. It just
The ceiling tile just fell on us.
I had something similar happen. I was at a Carnival of Badness concert in South Haven, Mississippi with Shinedown and Seven Dust. And Seven Dust, when they came on, they were the building was shaking, and something fell from the ceiling and cut my back and everything.
Oh, geez.
Oh no.
I never found out what it was. I just remember something dropping. I saw it, and it cut my shoulder blade.
Oh,
Wow.
crap.
I mean, I
Are
didn't
you-
get hurt in the mosh pit, but I did get cut. So
are you the new owner of that venue now?
No, I should have. I should
Yeah,
have.
I was gonna say.
I have had wardrobe malfunctions though. Like I wear jewelry that has stuff that gets hooked on my other parts of my shirt, and
Uh-huh.
I move my hands around a lot. So I would move my hand, and it got lodged on my shirt
I
like
know.
a fishnet thing. And I'm singing, and my whole arm is stuck like this for about
Spinal tap.
most of the song.
Steve, what about you?
Have you ever pissed while on stage? Because I have.
Oh,
Damn.
No.
Yeah,
I don't,
dude. I used to play with this Pantera tribute 101 proof,
oh.
and I used to have to like take a leak while I'm on stage. So I'd sneak out to the back and open a door and just, hey, I'm still playing. Done that on multiple
talent.
occasions.
That's metal.
Where was this?
Yeah.
Damn.
Bourbon Street. What was that other place up north?
Penny Road?
Yeah, Penny Road.
Really?
I did that. Those two places. Yeah, for sure.
Wild.
One time I was up at Penny Road. I was in the bathroom. And the dude's like, "Hey man, aren't you up on stage?" I'm like, "I still am." It was funny.
Oh, I love it.
Fair
Oh
enough.
my
Fair enough.
God.
All right, CB, you're up on deck, brother.
Okay.
All right. So
Fun times.
if you could be in a pit full of snakes or a pit of your worst fear, which one would you choose?
Oh, I love snakes, so
Are-
I'll be in the
Are these
snakes.
poisonous snakes, or what kind of snake? Are we talking garden snakes?
What if snakes is your worst fear?
Just snakes in general.
I love snakes.
Okay.
I've had pythons,
Um,
whatever. I love snakes, so
Bring it on.
go with snakes.
Okay.
Snakes are fine. I
She's
mean,
gonna have her Britney Spears moment.
Yeah.
All right. So now that I know that you all are good with snakes, what's your worst fear?
Oh,
He
Oh,
set them up
Well,
for that one.
okay. You know what's
Not
really?
being able to play guitar.
Oh,
Yeah.
mm,
yep.
yeah.
Not singing.
I had physical, like anything with losing ability to do anything, just
Yeah.
not so much an outside thing, but it's more of like, yeah, lose your ability to play guitar, but I mean, your mind goes, your eyes go, or something where you can't function normally like everyday life,
I do
Right.
have a weird thing though with garbage disposals.
Oh,
I don't know. I picture, what if I stuck my hand? Like, it's just the weirdest thing. Like,
That
I
is
put
weird.
my hand in the garbage
Yeah.
disposal while it's running. Like,
Yeah. No, that's valid. Valid.
oh yeah.
it's freaky. But every time I run it, I'm like, what if something's lodged in there and I don't get the timing right and I
Then you
forget
shut
to
it
shut it
off.
off before
Cut the
I try to?
power.
I don't know.
What if it turns on even though I just shut it off? What if it's short and it just turns on?
Garbage disposals freak me
Mm-mm.
out. I don't know.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay. All right.
So,
All right, Mosh, you're up on deck.
what is y'all's best memory at a concert growing up?
Too many. Too many, man.
Mine's
Okay,
getting
give
shot.
me- I don't care. Give me your best story.
Mine's getting shot in the ass at Marilyn Manson.
That's a great memory.
Even though it hurt like a son of a bitch, and I had to get 7 stitches in my right ass cheek, which I still have a fucking scar on my right ass cheek from it. It was an amazing concert because Marilyn Manson's always been a huge, huge idol of mine, and his whole band's like a major reason what pushed me into doing heavier stuff. But there's a whole story. But yeah, I got shot by a riot bullet in the ass at the end of the concert coming out, and it busted my ass cheek wide open. I had to get 7 stitches in my ass cheek. I was like 13 years old.
I'll give you one. I mean, like I said, man, been to hundreds of concerts. I would say,
Oh boy, this is a good thinker right here.
well, I mean, this is all the concerts. The majority of the shows I've been to is in the 90s. So
A little bit fuzzier time.
What was that?
I said a little bit fuzzier time.
No. I mean, I went to so many shows in the 90s and even the 2000s, but I would say maybe my first metal show was Pantera in '93. They played at the Aragon Ballroom here in Chicago, which is, we call it the Brawl Room, and I was 15, I think. And inside the Aragon, they had these folding chairs, like like you would have like at an outdoor like wedding reception where they kind of connect to one another. So I walked in there with my buddies, and I'm like, wow, seats. I'm like, cool, we can sit down. Sacred Reich opened up, and I didn't have any earplugs or anything, and it was loud as hell. And Pantera came on and just destroyed. I mean, they killed it. So at the end of the show, it was it was me and 3 other buddies, and 3 of us are waiting by the soundboard for our buddy Pat to come. He was up in the front or something like that. So the lights are on, and it's all smoky and everything. And we're waiting, and we start walking towards the front, and I'm looking around, and I go, where the hell are the first like 10 rows of chairs? Because they were gone. No idea where they went. They just destroyed the chairs in the pit. Like they were just gone. They were just gone. And I was like, holy shit. After that show, they never had chairs at the Aragon ever again for any metal. And it was
only no stupid chairs.
It was the craziest thing because they were just gone. And we found Pat, and we made it back home, and then we saw Pantera there the year after, and a ton of shows. I mean, Metallica '94, just so many bands, so many. Oh my god. Steve probably has a ton too. I mean, he's
the one I'm thinking of specifically was Metallica played on July 3rd.
Yes,
freaking Tinley.
Yeah,
and
suicidal.
People throwing like half sticks in the air. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. I'm sitting there with my buddy Ryan, a good guitar player friend of mine, and I'm sitting there headbanging. I'm like doing a whirlwind, and some guy just rushes and fucking tackles me and throws me down on the ground. I get up and I just start headbanging again. I don't care.
Were you guys on the lawn?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys were whipping all those quarters and everything. They had
these yeah, dude. That was nuts, man. I was scared.
Dude,
I was like, fucking Vietnam all over again.
That show was crazy. We got to the parking lot, and the parking lot, because it was like July 3rd or 5th or whatever it was, and people had fireworks. The whole parking lot was like a war zone. Like, people are firing bottle rockets and shooting, I mean, all this shit at people, like, walking to their cars, and it was like, you're ducking down.
I love the 90s.
Man. Suicidal and Danzig. Yeah, that was a great show.
Oh, shit. Sepultura, too.
Pantera, Sepultura, Biohazard.
Oh, dude. Oh, man, that was the best. I remember the first time ever hearing that song Walk Live.
Yeah.
Holy crap, man. That place lost its mind.
Too many shows, man.
Yeah.
That's how me and Mega
White
Monster.
Zombie at the, what was it, United Center. Holy shit.
Yeah, me and Mega Monster, we just seen Rob Zombie last week, but we were in the pit for a band called Knocked Loose, and that was the scariest, most terrifying fucking pit that I've ever been in my life. It was, but I thought I was gonna die.
The whole crowd was a mosh.
Swear out the ballroom, 96. You can't top that, dude. Like, that whole place became a pit when they first played their first song.
That's how Knocked Loose was. Like, we came in there, it was like as soon as the band hit the stage, it was like this like sense of dread just fucking hit you immediately, and you were like just sitting there, and you were just like,
yeah,
oh shit, I'm fucked.
Yeah,
that's how it goes. Fucking went to hell. It just went to hell at that point.
It was great. I loved it.
You gonna tell them about the Wall of Death?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not talking about the goddamn 30,000 people Wall of Death. That was fucking intense. Intense. Ah. All right, Mega Monster, you're up.
All right. What is your guilty pleasure song or artist? Like, what's something that, like, you feel a little embarrassed to show people that you listen to that you enjoy? Like, for me, I like yacht rock. It's a genre. But so we're talking like Steely Dan, Toto, Little River Band, like easy listening music.
I'm there with you.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna just confess right now, before we were on this interview, while we were on their chairs grilling, he's like, what do you want to listen to? He goes, something chill. So I put on yacht rock. So
yeah.
I was like, we were listening to, Chris Christopherson and and I'm like, and Player, baby, come back. You can get it all. And I'm like, okay. I said, let's just make this a game and let's start guessing who the artists are. But of course we couldn't. But we did listen to it. But I totally get where you're coming from. We literally were just listening to yacht rock before we came on.
It's still rock. It's still acceptable.
It is. I was like, I love America. I'm like, the harmonies.
Yes.
I go, the harmonies and these older songs were so beautiful.
I don't know if it's a guilty pleasure. I mean, a lot of those bands came from the 70s, and that's where great music came from. But I don't know.
For me, that's music I grew up on. That's what my parents listened to. So, of course, I mean, naturally, that's what I'm gonna jam to.
I'm a total 80s chick. I love Duran Duran. I love anything 80s retro. It will always be part of me. I'm like, I grew up on it, and
that's me. I'm an 80s baby, and I grew up on 80s music, and it's either 80s music or my big thing, like
80s right here too.
Before I start writing material for our band, I actually listen to Post Malone.
Oh.
Post Malone's one of my big things. Like, I'll listen to Post Malone for 2 weeks straight before I start fucking writing shit for us.
That's cool. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I listen to pretty much anything. I mean, even the pop music, like Dua Lipa. She's got some cool tunes.
Oh, I love Dua Lipa.
She does.
Bruno Mars, but that's all good. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, Bruno Mars is a great musician. I mean, his band is phenomenal too. But I mean, there's certain music I just can't listen to.
See, for me, it's country. I can't do country.
The new,
do anything but country.
The old school country is great. I'm not talking like Garth Brooks and Shania Twain. Not that. I'm talking like
Willie Nelson.
And,
we're talking like Hank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reba.
Yeah. I mean, George Jones, shit like that is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like gangster almost. That's like the OG.
That's gangster.
It is. I mean,
gangster country.
Johnny Cash.
Heavy metal. Even I love old school rap. It's just the best.
Yeah.
Like the hard rap, and even like the stuff like Kool Moe Dee, all that kind of stuff.
Too.
I love all that shit. And now you listen to it, and you're just like, man, there's just no soul to the music.
Exactly.
All that stuff.
Matt said Adele. He is a huge Adele fan.
She's great too. But anyway, not to deviate too much. Love it all though, most of it.
So my question is, what is your go-to beverage on this Memorial Day?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Oh, right now, just water. I'll work tomorrow. Got to bring it down a little bit. Got to hydrate.
Sam Adams, Boston Lager.
I like Sam Adams, so I do like Sam Adams. But,
I like any IPA. I'm pretty much an IPA girl.
I love IPAs.
Yeah.
Love IPA.
Yeah. My go-to beverage in any hard alcohol is a margarita, though. I love margaritas. That's
frozen or on the rocks.
I love it. Like on the rocks, not frozen, none of that. But no simple sour mix. Ooh, la, 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 la. No, it's got to be real lime juice,
a real
tequila, Grand Marnier, and a little bit of agave or simple syrup. That's got to be it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a Jack Daniel's girl, but I am drinking a Massive Media beer.
Yes.
Wait, you have your own beer?
So Cold Comfort Brewing made these for us for Beer Metal Fest, and it's Bud Light inspired.
Okay.
But it's really good. It really is. It's better than Bud Light. So
where are they based on?
I need to get my hands on those.
in Long Beach, Mississippi.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Cool.
they're really good.
I love that.
Okay.
See, I'm a beer connoisseur. I love beer, and I love craft beer. So everything from IPAs to porters to stouts to fucking pilsners, you fucking name it, and I can tell you something I fucking love from it. And if it's not beer, it's fucking bourbon. I love bourbon. I'm a big bourbon guy. I like a good old fashioned. I love bourbon on just a big, massive fucking rock of ice and just bourbon straight. And that's all I fucking need. And I'm good to go.
We just love alcohol. Whatever.
So in other words,
Yep.
hello, my
Yeah.
name is Kaylin.
And I like my cigars, obviously, because
Yeah.
watch the show.
I love bourbon too. Bourbon and scotch. I'm a scotch girl. I love
Now, my
scotch.
dad is a Scotch guy.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even get to hit the pool. And he was like, I need you to go down to the store and get me a bottle of scotch. So I had to go grab him a bottle of Johnny Walker and bring that back for him. But,
Which label?
well, normally he drinks a Red Label because that's like the cheaper shit. But, you know, if he's got the money, he'll go like Black Label, which is like fucking $90 a bottle. And like with me with bourbon, my favorite bourbon in the world is either 1979 or Elijah Craig.
Okay.
One of the two I fucking love. Now, if I'm gonna go cheap, like super cheap, I'll go with like the Jim Beam Devil's Cut. I'll do Jim Beam Devil's Cut, but that's if I'm going like super cheap. But normally I don't. Normally
Wild turkey.
I actually like
pay
that
me
wild
to
turkey
get that
honey
shit.
though. I like that little flavored, you know.
What was that from? What was that? Was that Christmas Vacation? I got the daughter in the clinic trying to get off the wild turkey.
Oh my gosh.
Something like that.
You can't pay me
Shooting rocks. No, shooting bricks.
pay me to drink that shit. All right, so before we get into it, because for all of you that are watching, because there's quite a few of you watching right now, we do have a music video from them to play for you before we head out. But before we head out, is there anything that you guys want to shout out as far as you have upcoming shows? Where can people get merch? Where can they listen to your music? Any of that stuff.
I'll have her say that, but I noticed in the chat, Waiting Abigail's in there. And
Scotch
Mike
for real from Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. Thank you.
And
Mike from Snapcat Bandits
So,
is in there.
we
Hey.
have so we're playing with Snapcat. We're doing 2 shows in Michigan in August.
Yeah.
So we've got that. That's on the website, but also Awaiting Abigail. We're gonna be jamming with them out in Flagstaff, Arizona in September.
Yep.
And
Ooh.
possibly another show, St.
December.
Louis.
December.
They're both awesome bands.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Really
shout out to them. But
But,
Yeah, you shout because obviously Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid is one of our intro theme songs.
we love them.
They're very good friends of mine. I love Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. Fucking love them to death. I'm a huge supporter of them. Awaiting Abigail, they're actually coming on the show in a few weeks.
Nice.
So they will actually be with us.
Awesome.
They're going to be in the gauntlet here soon.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be scared. So where can everybody get merch? Where you got merch at?
So only our live shows right now. We're kind of keeping it that way. We do have a lot of shows, so we're just trying to get more bang for our buck, I guess you could say, out of our live show. But we just finished recording 2 new songs yesterday. So expect new music in another probably 6 weeks from us.
Couple months, yeah.
Yeah. But we just put out our EP last week that has
Cycles.
5 songs called Cycles, and it's got all the songs: Breaking a Chain, Hell on My Chest. I don't know what you're gonna play. Becoming My Everything was only available on the EP, so we were excited to have that out there. But you can find everything on our socials, but if you go to therisingfallband.com, it links every social that we have: YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, whatnot out there. And by the way, thank you so much, Sound Injection, for having us on
Thank you.
here. We really appreciate the
That's fun.
support. I mean, any way we can get out there to talk about our music ourselves, or talk about, our most embarrassing moments or whatever on stage.
Great
I mean,
concert memories. I like the great concert memories. Shout out to Marshmallow. So many stories.
You know, we could go on for hours. If you have another interview with us, I mean, it could last for 3 hours.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
well.
just us we are.
We'll have to charge you.
So on that, for everybody, please stick around, watch the music video. Happy Memorial Day. Thank you to all of our veterans who have served or passed.
Yes.
Steve-O.
Y'all are the whole reason that we're able to do this, that we're able to be here and do what we do and do the things that we love is because of you. So thank you to each and every one, this single one of you. On that, we're going to leave you with a video from the Rising Fall, and we will be back tomorrow night with another band. Same fucking bat time, same bat channel. And until then, we love you guys. Have a fantastic night. Don't drink and drive. Don't do this stupid shit. Wrap the fucking tool, and we're out.
Be safe.
Sorta hit me yesterday. Only memories that get me by. A legacy of a